are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
Ooh, killer.
You are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
Ooh, killer.
If I could be honest, I was so demonic. Brings tears to my eyes, time to them reminded. No rewinding, I already been tried and standing my ground until I am buried inside it. I was very deprived, I was barely a child. All these various houses, father barely around. You can call it coke. Mama told me that when her water broke, she was getting high. Probably why when all the smoke falling hopeless. Had me feeling like all the walls are closing. All the dope in these potent bars need a smaller dosage. Raw emotion will not be coating like body lotion. Probably grabbing saying that y'all be capping like Mari Povich. Forget we met, mentally press, reset. You test me, get supper, you step, see crest. The death reject, never could sweat, regret. Better invest, bet in my best, it didn't get seen yet. Beat us, getting high with my feet up. You inside when the heat up, I've been the coldest. You alive, you bogus. Going hard when it's hopeless, down since a child. Now I'm loud and I'm wild. You pronouns in your bio, plan for the right thing. Withstand what the fight bring, with a handful of lightning. How can they beat us? Life of madness happen just like you might imagine. Like you're rapping, sacrifice is a rite of passage. The worth is greater with the adversity. Made it past the pillars like Plato. This is Hercules.
Wait. I gotta bring that back. I gotta bring it back, guys. I gotta bring it back, yo. What'd you say, Jay? Flawed flow is cold, bro. It's cold, bro. We gotta bring that back. We gotta bring that flow back, bro. We gotta bring this vibe back. We're gonna start it back from the beginning. One in the chat for Flawzilla. One in the chat for Flawzilla.
If I could be honest, I was so demonic. Brings tears to my eyes, time to them reminded. No rewinding, I already been tried to stand in my ground until I am buried inside it. I was very deprived, I was barely a child. All these various houses, father barely around. You could call it cope. Mama told me that when her water broke, she was getting high. Probably why when all the smoke falling hopeless. Had me feeling like all the walls are closing. All the dope in these potent bars need a smaller dosage. Raw emotion will not be coating like body lotion. Polygraph is saying that y'all be capping like Mari Povich. Forget we met, mentally press, reset. You test me, get slapper, you step, see crest. The death reject, never get sweat, regret. Better invest, bet in my best, it didn't get seen yet. How can you beat us? Getting high with my feet up. Inside when the heat up, I've been the coldest. You alive, you bogus. Going hard when it's hopeless. Down to the child. Now I'm loud, wild. You pronounce in your bio. Plan for the right thing. Withstand what the fight bring. With a handful of lightning, how can they be? This life of madness happen just like you might imagine. Like you're rapping, sacrifice is a rite of passage. The worth is greater with the adversity. Made it past the pillars like Plato. This is Hercules. First I'm pocket cash, I did a lot of bad. Turn you to pray for all the prophets like Islamic dads. When my mama passed, it's like a comet crash. Was so hot that I couldn't cry if I'm in drama class. Living's all that I know, like I'm a survivalist. I be spitting that fire, but the flow could drown a Leviathan. Signifying the goal is out of retirement. Lord above us, he showed me I'm anointed by him, so I'm a win. How can they beat us? Laughing, they cannot keep up at cash that if they can reach us, they latch on us like amoebas. Like cannot feature no track that I cannot either. Can't rap, then I cannot either. Go back, sit up in my features. How can you beat us? Getting high with my feet up. You inside with the heat up. I've been the coldest. You alive, you bogus. Going hard when it's hopeless, down since a child. Now I'm louder than wild. You pronounce in your bio. Plan for the right thing. Withstand what the fight bring. With a handful of lightning, how can they beat us? Getting high with my feet up. You inside with the heat up. I've been the coldest. You alive, you bogus. Going hard when it's hopeless, down since a child. Now I'm louder than wild. You pronounce in your bio. Plan for the right thing. Withstand what the fight bring. With a handful of lightning, how can they beat us?
Bro, Flaw got one of the coldest flows in the game, man. Ain't no reason this dude shouldn't be on top right now. Bro. Man. Salute the Flawzilla, man. Salute the Flawzilla. Oh man, I'm running I'm running slick again today, guys. I'm at work, hence the work grift. For those of you that are new, I try to do a show during the day while I'm at work, you know, get my grift going while I'm at work. Today I'm out in the field, so I'm running slick right now, but I hope everybody's having a wonderful Friday. Despite the weather here, it's a rainy Friday, it's a gloomy Friday, but that's all good. It's all good. We're gonna make the best of this day. We definitely gonna make the best of this day. So I was perusing and scrolling through, you know, the news and Twitter and all that other stuff, and I seen, you know, some people talking about a potential military draft. You know, should not something that's inevitably that's going to happen, but you know, should we do a new military draft? So apparently, right? We short like 160,000 military recruits, military personnel. You know what I mean? And they're like, how are we going to fill these gaps? How are we going to fill these gaps? And there's an op-ed that I found on the military, what is this? Military.com that I guess somebody proposed, you know, a solution to this I guess you would call lacking military participation. So let's check it out from the Military Times, guys. 1 second. Oh man. There we go. Let me see. Boom. Sorry if everything's lagging. I'm running on a bare bones system right now. Hopefully, it's coming together for you guys. So it says we need a limited military draft. Again, this is an op-ed. So just want to give you guys the heads up, but it got me to thinking. You know what I mean? Let me see. Where is it? I don't want to sign in. Is it gonna make me sign in now? I didn't have to sign in before. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, how about this? I'm gonna just paraphrase it for you guys. I did. Oh, that sucks. Anyway, I'll paraphrase it for you. So basically, what this guy's saying is the solution to this problem we have with the military, without having these, because our military, the United States military, is is voluntary, right? Now, before we had a draft, we had a draft in a lot of the big wars, Vietnam, World War I, World War II was a draft, right? But due to patriotism and love for country, a lot of our soldiers, they come out and they volunteer to defend this nation, right? They volunteer to defend this nation. But as of late, that has been few and far between. I would argue the reason for this is, one, the COVID mandates that sent a lot of our voluntary men and women home. They fired a lot of people, kicked a lot of people out of the military because they wouldn't get that shot. Right? That was a huge thing in the military as to why our numbers are dwindling. Another thing is that, oh man, some people are retiring, some people are aging out of the military, and then we don't have anybody to fill those spaces. A lot of these kids don't want to go into the military, and so a lot of these kids don't even have the chutzpah, the cojones. They don't have the courage to go into the military, and the ones that do can't pass the physical requirements to be in our military, to the point where I think it was Tim Kennedy who said that special forces are going and looking in places like football teams and wrestling teams to find recruits. Now, with the issue of us having having a deficit of 160,000 troops, it begs the question: are they going to bring back the draft? Are they going to bring back the draft? And if they do bring back the draft, right, is it going to do any? Is it going to help? Is it going to help, guys? That's what I want to know. And the reason I asked that, right, is because, again, like I said, physical fitness requirements they lowered them substantially. They're focusing more on identity politics and inclusiveness and all this other stuff, that they're not getting quality recruits in the first place, right? See, the thing is, our military needs toxic masculinity. Gosh dang it. Our military needs toxic masculinity. Period. Full stop. Salute to Jimmy Doss with the $20 Rumble ranks. And salute. Hope y'all are well. Extremely bummed I'm gonna miss Hotep Con. Oh man, Jimmy, we're gonna miss you too, bro. We're gonna miss you too, man. We're gonna miss you too. We got 172 watching on Rumble. I appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everyone in here. Oh man. But Rob Banks says they're going to draft your kids while they let the ones who signed up to get transformer surgery and are on meds sit on base in the AC, bro. Jimmy Doss with another Rumble Ram says, my cousin in the military, he is saying they oversold what he will be doing and learn. He says it has been dumbed down and it's a waste of time. See, that's what I'm getting at. So you got these physical fitness standards, right? They're gone by the wayside, essentially. They got rid of shark attacks, right? This is like that they mentally berate you and give you that mental toughness. A lot of the basic training stuff, the stuff that make a man out of you, that makes a warrior out of you, they got rid of that stuff. So even if you do institute a draft, who are you drafting? Who are you drafting? What's your criteria now for a draft? Now that you done dumbed down everything, all the criteria for the military, right? Because see, now I argue would say if they did do a draft, those same people that they kicked out of the military for quote unquote not wanting to take the vaccine, or for quote unquote what's the word white supremacy, or toxic masculine, all that dumb shit that they're trying to, all that dumb stuff that they're trying to demonize now, right? For inclusiveness and equity. I argue that those same people that they were trying to avoid, they're going to have to go get now. They're going to have to go get now. They're going to go get the football players, right? They're going to have to go get the wrestlers. They're going to have to go get those patriotic good old boys that's good with a 30-06. That's good with that AR-15. Those militia members that they demonize, right? Them Proud Boys, them Oath Keepers. That's what they're going to be leaning on soon if we had a draft. See, right now, the United States military is a laughing stock. We were the most mighty, the most powerful military in the world. Now we're being laughed at by other nations. While other nations are building up their military with strong men and women, while they're building up their military to withstand invasions, you know, counteroffensives, all that stuff. Now, I wasn't in the military, so forgive me if I don't get the jargon right. We over here focusing on the first trans general. You know, we got a guy that dressed with a dog mask on. We paying for transitional surgeries for people. They done dumbed down the physical fitness requirements. The United States military is a shell of its former self, and it'll continue to become a shell of its former self. So when I read this article from the Military Times saying that allow recruiters to recruit, I guess, volunteers for 11 months out the year, and then let selective service do the rest, I don't think it would make a difference. I don't think it would make a difference. There's no incentive to go into the military anymore. There's no incentive anymore to go into the military. We got 174 watching over on Rumble. Appreciate you. Dizzle DK says they'll be operating drones and robots. I want to know what you guys think. We used to strike fear into the hearts of other nations that, you know, don't dare mess with us or our friends. Well, we're going to bring down the wrath of God on you so hard that, you know, you're going to wish you never did it. All right? To the point where now they just trying us left and right. Just the thought of the United States military stepping into a conflict was enough to back off nations. Now they out here like Nuck if you buck. They out here like Nuck if you buck. It's sad, man. It's sad. I got friends that were proud to be Marines. I got a friend that was proud to be a SEAL. You know what I mean? That is proud to be a SEAL. You know, they say once a Marine, always a Marine. You know, SEALs are SEALs for life and stuff like that. You know, they were proud to be in the military, still are. And they're looking back now at this new age of the United States military, and they're ashamed. They're ashamed. They're like, where did we go wrong? We don't need sensitivity training in the military. We need warriors. We don't need identity politics in the military. We need warriors. We need fighters. We don't need politics in the United States military. We need leaders. And right now we don't got it. And from the looks of the numbers, we ain't gonna get it unless they force a draft. And even if they force a draft, look at these new kids, man. Look at these new kids, these Gen Zs and I guess Generation Alpha that's coming up. You know what I mean? These kids ain't ready for a fight. These kids ain't ready for a war. Parents tell them to go make their bed, they have a nervous breakdown. Parents take their phone from them, they need to go see a psychiatrist. Any bit of adversity hit them, they done for. And I'm going to argue to say that that's the rule and not the exception. These kids ain't ready for a fight. They ain't ready for a war. They're not ready for to have their face in the dirt. Being pushed to their limits. They're not ready for that stuff. So like I said, if they do have a draft, they're gonna go for the very men and women that they've been demonizing for the past decade. They're gonna go for those quote unquote good old boys. They're gonna go for them quote unquote white supremacists or whatever they want to call it. They're gonna go for that toxic masculine man. You know why? Because it takes that to win wars. It takes a killer instinct to win wars. We don't need to be recruiting people that's gonna run across the North Korean border because shit got hard. We don't need people who's gonna run across the desert because they didn't like the conditions of their barracks in a war. We don't need people on all of these SSRIs and all of these transitional drugs and all these hormones in the trenches with us in the middle of a gunfight. We don't need that. Could you imagine that? You got somebody that's transitioning, y'all at war, they on hormone blockers and all this other stuff. Y'all get into a gunfight and this person completely cracks. No use to you. They curled up in a ball like a baby, losing it because they got so much shit running through their veins, they don't know what to do. Now you got to worry about keeping you and that person alive. But they want to get on Trump and those generals back then because they didn't want to have people using the military to come and get transitional surgery. I didn't blame them when they said it. Now, if you're gay in the military or whatever, that's fine. As long as you got the ability to wield a gun and you ain't afraid to do it, go for it. But all these people having these transitional surgeries that join the military solely for transitional surgeries, and then they got to go and get deployed. I don't want them fighting next to me. And it's not because they transition. I don't want them fighting next to me because I can't. They're unpredictable. And it's not just them. Like I said, a lot. I don't know what's in the water nowadays. But a lot of these young kids now, this new generation, they're weak. They're weak. They crack at the sight of any type of stress. They can't handle teachers yelling at them. They can't handle coaches yelling at them. The parents can't yell at them or discipline them because they're going to call Child Protective Services. Kids are soft. Schools are encouraging it. The government's encouraging it. They're encouraging it. See, I grew up in a time, man, where my dad didn't play with me. You know what I had to do every time I got up in the morning? When I woke up in the morning, I had 50 push-ups to do before I got on that bus every day. If I didn't do them 50 push-ups, guess what? I missed the bus and I had to walk to school. Them 50 push-ups was getting done. Don't let my dad or my mother had to come to me and say, why ain't you clean that kitchen? Why ain't your room clean? My dad had 2 acres of grass. I don't know if that's a lot here in Maryland and Baltimore. That's a lot. My father had 2 acres of lawn that I had to push. I had to push that with a push mower at 8 years old, pushing 2 acres of a lawn, cutting the grass. Unfortunately, when I turned 10, 11, he had a rider, thank God. But guess what? That grass had to get cut, no excuses.
You are now listening to the sounds of greatness.
No excuses. Don't let me tell you twice. Don't let me tell you once. You want to drive your car? All right, you got to pay for your own insurance. You better get a job. I'm not footing the bill. The minute I turned 14 years old, I had a job. The minute I got my driver's license, I had to pay my car insurance. Nothing was given to me. Everything was earned. Football season, I was one of the top running backs in the state of Maryland when I was in high school. Did that matter to my dad? Nope. He be at a game, he see something I did wrong, a couple things I did wrong. Guess what? I'm in the yard. Son, you missed a wide open hole. Son, you gotta get lower when you running. Guess what he had me doing? I'm training after practice. I'm training after the game to make me better. My father said, I ain't gonna have no weak children. Gave us strong resolve, me and my sister and my brothers. But kids don't got that today. Kids get every excuse in the world. Every excuse in the world to why they can't do something. Why they shouldn't have to do something. Why a certain group of people are holding them back. That's why they can't get nowhere. They're furnishing victims. That's what they're doing. They're turning our children into victims. That's what's happening right now. And now when we're going to need these kids, we are on the brink of another war. I mean, honestly, to be honest with you, I low key, we on the verge of going into, I guess, World War III, I guess. I don't know. I know it sounds hyperbolic and we hear it all the time, but we getting there. And if we lose this election coming up, we gonna be there. Those same kids we've been making excuses for, those same kids we've been letting slide, those same kids that we've been making all telling them that, you know, they can't succeed because of this and that. These same kids that we gave too much agency over themselves and not enough agency over to the parents are the ones we're going to be trying to depend on to keep our freedom and our liberties. That's what we are. And I saw a question on Twitter the other day, like, do you feel black pilled? It's just a general question on Twitter. It's like, do you feel black pilled with the indictment of Donald Trump, yet again, another indictment on Donald Trump? The fact that the Biden crime family hasn't even been thoroughly or fully or half-ass investigated, that it's going to look like they're going to get away with everything that they're doing, right? Do you feel like, you know, we're in the banana republic? Do we feel like we're America's falling? And I don't know. I'm one of the people that got hope and I got faith, and I want to say America not going to fall. I want to say that good's going to triumph over evil, man. But in order for that to happen, it's going to take everybody to do it. So you can't tell me that Putin ain't looking at us right now like we're in a we're in a weak position right now. Hell, who was it? Was it President Xi? Like the first year that Biden was in office, what'd he say? They met, or it wasn't even Xi, it was one of his spokesperson. She ain't even giving the respect to even be there. Spokesperson looked at Joe Biden and said, "You're weak and in no position to negotiate with us." To his face. That's how they look at us. They ain't do that with Donnie T. See, the media would have had you believe that all these countries are laughing at Donald Trump. He's a laughing stock of America. He's a laughing stock of the world. No, he wasn't. No, he wasn't. You got North Korea, Kim Jong-un, right? He lobbing rockets and all this other stuff all over the place. Donald Trump called his bluff. My button bigger than yours, and it worked. Quieted his ass up real quick. Trump went to the militarization zone. Right? Remember, he's at the G20. I think it was the G20. Then he left and went to the demilitarization zone between South and North Korea, and talked to Kim Jong-un like he was his side chick. Talked to him like he was his side chick. Got him to calm down. We ain't see a rocket fly ever since, until Joe Biden get in office. Then they start trying him. It's like that toddler that know he can get away with shit with his mother. Right? The toddler can get away with anything with the mom. The mom say, "Stop it or I'm gonna spank you. Stop it or I'm gonna spank you." And that kid like, "Yeah, all right, la 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 la," jumping off the furniture, pulling all the pots and pans out of the cabinets, telling mommy no, until daddy come walking into the room. Daddy walk into the room, that toddler straighten up and fly right, don't it? They know daddy ain't playing. Daddy gonna get them legs. Had that healthy fear. When Donald Trump was in office, them countries had a healthy fear of us. They ain't know what to expect from him. What happened with Russia when they tried to, I think it was in Syria, where they had them special ops trying to go in there and do some shit. And Trump murked all of them. We ain't see no retaliation from Russia, did we? We ain't see no retaliation from Russia. We ain't see no retaliation from Russia. Trump blew up Iran's one of their top generals on that tarmac. We ain't hear nothing from Iran. Joe Biden in office, everybody ready to try us. Nobody taking us serious. You got China looking at us right now like, silly Americans, we're going to roll you over if we got into a conflict. Now, trust and believe, it's a bunch of patriots. It's a bunch of Americans that's ready to rock and roll at a moment's notice. Trust and believe, them militias, they ready. Them good old boys in the mountains of West Virginia, they ready. Them cowboys in Texas, they ready. What Stalin say? We can never attack the American mainland. There's a gun behind every blade of grass. That's right, Savo. ICE is gone. Then Trump get on TV, start talking shit. He died like a dog. Oh my goodness gracious. But see, this is the thing though, and I said this before. I think this is all by design. They want a great reset, right? They want a great reset. And in order to have a reset, what do you got to do first? You got to crash the system. In order to have a great reset, you got to crash the system. And that's what they're doing right now. They're crashing our system. And if we lose 2024, guys, it's going to be a lot of us taking that black pill. That's why this election is so important. That's why they're trying to keep Donald Trump from running a race. They're trying to keep Donald Trump from running for president for 2024 because they know they can't beat him. They know they can't beat him. DeSantis can't beat Trump. The only person that I could see giving Trump a run for his money is RFK Jr. Maybe. But guess what? The Democrats don't want RFK Jr. because he a rogue too. We know that because they won't even give him Secret Service detail. They won't even give him Secret Service detail. Almost like they want something to happen to him. Almost like they want him to go the way to his granddaddy and his uncle. He better keep his head on the swivel too. Democrats have nobody. Who they got? Kamala? Gavin Newsom? Gavin Newsom can't hold a candle to Trump. Trump will steamroll anybody they put in his way. And they know that. So they're trying hard to get him out of the paint. Thoughts on the 25th? I'm shocked they didn't do the 25th Amendment on Biden like a couple years ago. I just knew he wasn't gonna make it through his first term. I just knew he wasn't gonna make it on his first term. Or through his first term. He is weekend at Bernie's. It's elder abuse at this point. They just propping him up like a puppet. I mean, to me, it would have made sense to do the 25th Amendment if I was them and keep Kamala in office because she's purely transactional. Then you would have thrown Nancy Pelosi in as the vice president. They would have got everything fucking passed. They'd have got everything through. Weezer said, "Don't forget Big Mike." Yeah, they'll try it. They'll try, but I don't even think she could beat him. I don't even think, even with her name, I don't even think she could beat Donald Trump. I think a lot of people woke up. Have enough people waking up? I don't know. But I think a lot of people woke up. I still think that Obama running the White House, to be honest with you. I think Obama's still pulling the strings at the White House. If you think about it. Everybody in Joe Nichols Slick's cabinet is an Obama acolyte. I think he still got. I still think he got a foot in the White House, bro. Like Jonas said, my man Jonas said, he don't think that Biden was the big guy. He think that Obama was the big guy. I think Obama was getting the cut. I think Obama knew exactly what was going on with the Biden crime family. I think Obama was helping facilitate it. I think that's why they can't let Biden go down. I think that's why they can't let Hunter Biden go down, is because it would implicate old Barry O in a lot of shit. I think it would implicate Barry O in a lot of stuff. And not only Barry O, like I said before, right? Joe Biden wasn't getting 10% and then Hunter Biden was getting the lion's share. No. It was a bunch of people getting 10%. Who's above Barry O? I don't know. Soros. You know, who? Soros? The Clintons? I think that Hillary. I think the Clintons might be up there above them. I think Hillary was running the White House when Obama was there too. They're protecting Obama too. That's why nothing's happened. They've been protecting Obama since 2016 with that Russia collusion stuff. He knew about them wiretaps. He knew about that those FISA warrants being BS. They're protecting Obama, man. Think about it, right? And I said this on my stream before. Remember Hillary with her servers being bleach bit and all that other stuff? What a lot of people don't know, right? Is some of them emails. Guess who was receiving some of those emails that it came out? Obama was getting some of them emails back. It was email correspondence between her and Obama on those servers that weren't government servers. And in order for her to be able to talk to Obama on them servers, guess what? It had to be whitelisted. It had to be whitelisted by the White House. Her email server and her email address had to be whitelisted by the White House in order for Obama to go back and forth with her. A lot of people don't talk about that. Obama chef? Bruh. Real White House grandpa says Obama ordered everything over being mad. Trump called him out on his birth certificate. Yeah, I guarantee it. They always want to hold grudges. But the chef thing is interesting, right? The chef thing is really interesting. And I've been said this, right? I want to know what he saw, what he knew. It's a lot of suspicion around him, just an accidental paddleboarding incident where the water wasn't that deep. He was a proficient swimmer, right? This is what I think. I could be wrong. He died on land and they pushed his ass out there with that paddle boat. They pushed his ass out there on that paddleboard. Something happened to him on land. And then they put his body on that paddleboard and they pushed it out there into the pond and he fell off. That's what I think. Somebody that apparently he went paddleboarding all the time. That's what the news tell you. He went paddleboarding all the time. All of a sudden, everything goes wrong and he dies. Then they hide the fact that he was out there with somebody. Then they lied about the Obamas being home. Now they was home, but they wasn't at the residence. Nah, sorry. I don't buy it. I want to know what he knew, what he seen. I don't know what he's seen. Emmanuel in the building. What's going on? He says, Cannon, I think you're falling for an op. You think I'm falling for an op, yo? What you think happened, Emmanuel? What you think happened? You think he had one too many whiskey sours and went out there and fell in the water? You think he had one too many mint juleps? You think he had one too many mint juleps and drowned himself? But I'll tell you this though, they used it to their advantage. Never let a good crisis go to waste. They used that story to hide some stuff. Just like they used the UFO disclosure to hide some stuff. Just like they used all of the Trump indictments and Mar-a-Lago raids to hide the misdealings of the Bidens. Oh, you think the U.S. military stronger than? I don't know, bro. I don't know about that one, bro. It's dwindling. It's dwindling. Like I said, they said they short 160,000 troops. And I don't think they'd have this big deficit if it wasn't for the vaccine mandate. Be honest with you. Thing is, you lower all these military standards. You start getting all this inclusiveness. You start putting all this sensitivity training into the military. I don't need nobody to be sensitive to my feelings. I need somebody that's going to have my back in a fight. I need somebody that's going to yell at me when I start to break down. If I start to break down, pull it together, man. We got to get out of here alive. That's what I need. I don't need somebody sitting there, well, I can appreciate your feelings. And I sure, you know, and I have a shoulder for you to cry on, guy. But, you know, F that. We in a firefight. Pull your shit together. Cry about this shit later. We need to get home. You put up a whole counter argument on YouTube. Hey, Emmanuel, put your channel in the Oh, you talking about in my chat? You talking about in the chat on YouTube? Or you did something on YouTube for you? Dang, my bad, yo. Here we go. What we got? I'm sorry over here on YouTube. It's yo, like I said, I'm running a slick system over here today. Usually on my usual system, I got Rumble and I got YouTube chat funneling into my OBS. But because I'm using StreamYard don't have it don't allow Rumble and YouTube to meld together. So I got to keep going between the two. And I was over on Rumble's chat. Let me see what we got here. You can't be engaging in as many wars as the U.S. is currently while provoking Russia directly and China directly while being fearful that you have a weak military. They don't care, yo. They don't care whether we got a weak military or not, Manuel. They're going to try to give the illusion of strength, but they can't no more. They can't. They're going to send them young men and women over there unprepared and to die as cannon fodder. Logically, what you're saying makes sense. Logically, what you're saying over there makes sense, bro. A Coloco 16 back in the building, he says Trump will never be president again. They'll JFK him if they need to. I don't think they can do it. He had the chance to stop all of this, and he hesitated. I'm still voting for him, but these people are all in. I don't think they can off him, bro. I don't think they can off him. I don't think they can do it. The conflict in Ukraine only benefits the U.S. military. Unaccounted money getting rid of old weapons on the black market and black checks for new technology. I do agree with that. I need to get a new I need to upgrade this laptop or get a new laptop. That way I could run OBS. If I could run OBS, then I could run just like I'm running from my house, from my gaming PC, and I could have all of this shit in. Because this little system with this, I think it's got like 8 gigabytes of memory or something like that. It ain't it. It ain't it. Man, but like I said, guys, I don't know what to think about our military. Right now, I think finding good soldiers is going to be hard. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Especially now because we ain't got the volunteers we had. We don't got kids running to sign up for the military. We don't have it anymore. They'd rather be TikTokers. They'd rather be TikTokers and YouTubers. Influencers and all that other stuff. And the ones that do go to the military, they ain't physically ready for it. And now that the military dumb down their criteria, I think it's going to make it worse. I think it's going to make it worse. Now, I get what you're saying, Mass Smith. I get what you're saying. They don't need soldiers in the traditional sense. You think about like an information warfare, drones and propaganda and all that other stuff. But there's always going to be a physical fight. There's always going to be a physical fight. Right? We're gonna have an info war. Right now, like the first part of the Ukraine conflict was the info war. Who was winning the info war? But it's always going to come to a head into a physical fight. Question is, are we ready for that physical fight? Ken Kundalini in the building says all I see is IG military models. We can build all the AR drones we want, bro. Until the enemy come knocking on our door and punches in the face. But you know, what do I know? I'm just some tinfoil hat conspiracy theorist on Rumble and YouTube. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you hanging out with me for the work, Griff. I gotta get back to the rat race. Make sure y'all head over to Hotep Jesus' Hotep Jesus channel. Yeah, no, head over to Hotep Jesus channel on YouTube. That's Hotep Jesus channel on YouTube for the Grift Report. Hotep TV on Rumble, and that's Hotep TV on Rumble for the Grift Report. Anyway, guys, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. It's just me sitting here thinking out loud, spitting out some thoughts, standing on my soapbox, whatever you want to call it. It was a fun time, guys. I hope everybody have a wonderful weekend. Anyway, until next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying, be safe, stay well. Geez, I don't remember my whole damn saying. Be safe, stay strapped, and don't miss. I'll holler at you guys.